Is your engine cranking over but refusing to start? Or maybe just acting sluggish and giving you poor performance right when you need it most? If you have scanned your vehicle and pulled up the code P018A, you are dealing with a fuel pressure sensor B circuit malfunction. This sounds technical, but stick with me, and we will break it down so you can figure out if this is a simple wiring fix or a part replacement. Basically, most modern cars, whether it is a Ford, Chevy, or Toyota, have a fuel pressure sensor mounted on the fuel rail or line. This sensor, often called an FPS, is the eyes and ears for your car's computer, telling it exactly how much fuel pressure is available, so it can control the injectors and fuel pump perfectly. When you get this specific code, the B indicates the issue is in a specific part of the circuit, not necessarily the sensor itself, though it could be. It means the computer is seeing a signal that just does not make sense. This is serious enough that it can stop your car from starting, so do not ignore it. First, pop the hood and find that sensor on the fuel rail. We are looking for the obvious stuff first, like loose connections, burnt wires, or maybe some rodent damage. If that looks okay, you need to grab a digital multimeter. We need to check 3 wires: reference, signal, and ground. With the ignition on, check for the 5-volt reference coming from the computer. If you do not see 5 volts, you might have a broken wire between the computer and the sensor. If you do have power, check the ground side for continuity. If the wiring checks out, here is the pro move to confirm the sensor is actually bad. You will need a mechanical fuel pressure gauge attached to the rail and a scan tool plugged into the car. Compare the real pressure on the gauge with what the scan tool says the sensor is reading. If the gauge says 50 psi, but the scan tool says something wild, your sensor is toast and needs replacing. However, if both read low, you are likely looking at a failing fuel pump, not a sensor issue. Take your time with the electrical tests, because throwing parts at this code without checking the wires first is the most common mistake people make.